Welcome to season 2 of the Janley Chick. We are super excited tonight. We have with us Becca from Solar Circuit. She is one of my all-time favorites. She is absolutely amazing. Her voice is to die for. Her playing everything. If you haven't checked them out, you must check them out at solarcircuitmusic.com. But who are Solar Circuit? So Solar Circuit's music combines the elements of jam band improvisation, electronic trance, synth pop, and dance music. Their live shows are known for dynamic grooves and exploratory jamming, often moving seamlessly between composed sections and improvised trance-style transitions. So they're described as a jamtronic fusion. So welcome to the stage, Becca. I am so excited to have you with us. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So where are you right now?
I am at my house in our studio in the basement. This is, and actually some of it, my stuff's set up. I think the guys already tore down because we have a show on Saturday, but this is where we practice. It's a room within a room that's been sound treated and all of that. And so we spend a lot of time down here. Let's just say that.
That awesome. Is so sick.
It looks really, really awesome.
So where are y'all from?
I live just outside of Philadelphia. Taylor lives in Philly. Rob's just outside of Philly. So we're all Philly fam.
Nice.
Jason is.
My mom's lives outside of Philadelphia. So.
All the time. Philly. But I love Philly. So that's awesome. That's really cool. And that's why I was looking. I was like, oh my goodness, she's got to be in a studio.
Yeah.
So yes, y'all. So speaking about shows, y'all have a show coming up Saturday. Are y'all like headed into your winter tour right now, or spring, or what would it be considered this tour?
Yeah. Yes, at first I thought you meant the winter crazy blizzard that's coming for everyone. Because yes, that is also happening this weekend. So, right. We're hoping that the band's gonna do us right and get us there and home safely. But yes, we just announced the full winter into spring tour. At least round 1. We got more dates coming along. But yeah, the phase 1 dates I'm really excited for. We're hitting some return markets, like some of our favorite spots. Philly, obviously hometown. Asheville is one that we love. And then we're hitting a bunch of new spots like Florida, going down south. We're going all the way to Boca too. So we're going pretty south. We're stoked for our first Florida go round.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. I got to check this out. So we're in Florida. I got to get all Jacksonville, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, and Boca Raton, Florida. All my Florida peeps. I've been making so many new Florida peeps. And so I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm going to hit all of them up ASAP as soon as this comes out and be like, y'all, make sure that you get down, for their first round. And this is going to be so awesome. Because I know a lot of them know who y'all are. They come up north for shows more so. And so this is going to be an absolute treat, treat. So
love to hear it.
Okay. So what are you looking forward to coming up?
Well, I'm looking forward to, that whole tour, all of it. I'm really excited. One of the kind of extra special shows is our 10-year anniversary is this year. So in April, we officially are turning 10. And cool. So we have an official celebration for the 10-year anniversary in Philly at Johnny Brenda's. And it's actually also my birthday, which it happened to fall on the day. So it's a double.
Yes.
That's triple-double, right?
Oh my gosh. All right. Just count us in already. I'm there. I am there. That is, yes. That is, how much fun. That's so exciting.
It's going to be extra special for sure.
Extra, because it's always extra. And
we have to do something, right? We're brainstorming right now. What is the extra special sauce, right? We have to bring some sauce to it. So
that's exciting.
Got to be brainstorming.
So how did all y'all get to know each other, and how did Solar Circuit form?
So Nick, the guitarist Nick and I were married actually, and the drummer is a good friend from back in college. So Nick and I met in college, and he always had a guitar in his hand and all of that. So we just kind of started playing music together, and we met Rob through a mutual friend. started playing music and all of that at his house in his living room. I'm sure his girlfriend loved it. And so we were just, messing around, and then we had, a different bassist at the time, and we were like, all right, we're finally ready to let's do it. Let's play out and do some shows. And our first show, we ended up that the bassist decided just, to part ways, and it just wasn't for him to play live. So we were like, okay, we got 2 weeks, I think, something like that. And I remember Nick was like, maybe we should, post on Craigslist. And I was like, I mean, maybe, I was weary because, what's out there. And so then, and he ended up looking on Craigslist, and we found Taylor, who had also posted on Craigslist looking for other folks to play with because he had just moved to Philly. So, and I remember him. We contacted him. We actually, this debate already came up last year because I was like, you contacted us. And he was like, no. Y'all contacted me.
Y'all called me.
We literally went back and found the email somehow. That is from 10 years ago. Found the email, and we debunked it that he was right. All three of us thought it was the other, and he was like,
nope, no. Other way around.
He was right. We saw his post saying like, hey, I just moved to Philly, looking for people to jam with, whatever. So then we had him over to Rob's house where we were playing, and it was just kind of instant connection with the four of us. Like, he fit right in. He really gave us really good different kind of energy and perspective, and that's how it all kind of came together. And we've been having fun for a while, 10 years almost.
Wow. I mean, it's last year was year of the band breakup. I mean, it was year drama year and stuff. So y'all made it through, survived to 10. Here we go. I mean, we definitely need a major celebration for that.
Yeah, right.
No hate tracks being thrown. So,
I'm glad to be here on the other side, because I remember even with COVID too, we had our first cross country tour announced, and we had just started the first day, and then that's when the world shut down. So I'm looking back being like, wow, okay, that was actually 6 years ago, almost crazy. So it's insane. It's nice to celebrate the milestones. Yeah,
it definitely is. Definitely is. I can't believe it was almost 6 years ago, and can't believe that it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since y'all been y'all. I remember seeing y'all, and I remember being told by one of my friends, y'all have got to check this band out. And we were in Asheville, and I was like, who are they? And our friend Nate was like, you've got to check them out. And I am so happy that we came that night to check y'all out, because ever since have been massive fans. Anywhere that y'all are at, that we're at the same time, we are there for sure. And
try to be anyway.
And that's what we're like. We have got to share the Solar Circuit love. Make sure that everyone knows about it, because there are so many bands that are right now just kind of fallen off. A lot of bands are fighting, going through things, and the political atmosphere has got things going crazy, got everyone going crazy.
We live in a crazy time anyways.
Yeah. The snake ending, shedding all those skins. If you believe in astrology, that's happening right now. So so speaking of, speaking of different bands and musicians falling off and losing different people, what would you say some of your favorite bands or musicians have been that you've ever been able to play with?
Ooh, that we've played with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this past summer, we were invited to come to Lotus's festival, Summer Dance, and that comes to mind because I realized a full decade before that, Nick and I had attended Summer Dance for the first time, and just, we really connected with Lotus's music and their musicianship and all of that. So Lotus, we've had a long time love and respect for. So to just, come and play at the festival, and just 10 years later, it was a really, really beautiful full circle moment that we were really super stoked to get. It was a great time.
That's awesome.
What else? Papadosio, love them.
Oh yeah,
Anthony is just such a gem. He really helped me from a mentor aspect when it comes to my electronic setup and all of the live kind of syncing and such that we've done, and also my mixing and mastering. He just has such a wealth of knowledge. So it's been really cool to connect with him for, several years now in that way, and kind of learn from him, and then getting to play with them also and seeing their amazing level of musicianship. And they are such good people too. They're really all gems. So that's another one for sure that comes to mind. Absolutely.
Awesome. So are y'all working on a new album or anything at the moment, or do you constantly write, or how do you go about writing new material?
Yeah. So all four of us actually really enjoy writing and producing and composing. We all love Ableton. And so it's always been cool. We've always actually had the problem of having too much that's at the table ready for us to like take it as a band. We've always had that problem, that we have a long list of songs that all of us are writing and bringing forward. And usually that's how it goes. Like, we do have a couple songs that came like just when we were all together and kind of just like came naturally through jams or something. But most of the songs is one or multiple, of us writing it kind of behind the scenes as like a demo, and then you bring it and we talk it through, and it always then like kind of takes a whole new life to it when you put the full band on it. So usually that's how that goes. And we kind of like, since the beginning, have taken the approach of we're just trying to get as much of all that stuff that we have stuck in our heads in the studio out. So we've just been constantly releasing new songs kind of just on a regular cadence, in addition to like the studio versions of it. Like when we play live, even if it's something that's not on a live album or on a studio album, we'll put it, in the live show and debut songs that way. Cause that's also a really fun way to test things out, see how people react, and kind of like vibe off of the energy too when it's a brand new song. Definitely. So that's usually how we just kind of like to get them all out when we can.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. Would you say like being married, it would be a helper in that, so that you're able, like, hey, I got this on my mind, like, let's do it, or is it one of those things like that's a hindrance, like, is it, as the kids now say, 6'7", 6'7", I know it's in my head all the time, which way, is it? But I guess it's both. But what would you,
I'm sure it's a double-edged sword sometimes.
Yeah, but hearing you say, like, being able to play that music, I just immediately thought, man, that's awesome when your husband's right there and you can be like, dude, let's get on this and play. And that's the one thing that he actually wants to do. Because if you're like, hey, dude, let's like go clean the garage, he's not for it, like, oh, babe, yeah, sure, we'll do that later. But if you're like, hey, babe, I've got like this like sick, like, sound, let's do this. Let's get in the studio and stuff. So I bet that's like super awesome. And it it's so funny too, because I'm so one of those, just enjoy the music. Don't like look too far into, you are human beings. You deserve your own place, your own space, your own everything. So I had no idea until you just told me that y'all are married. And that is so absolutely cool. It's so cool. And,
it definitely is a unique thing and it's a really special thing that we get to have. And it has pros and cons for sure. Double-edged sword for sure. But yeah, it is nice that like we definitely have times where one of us is feeling super inspired, and so then it kind of, you pull the other one into it, even if they weren't feeling super inspired, you kind of get them there, and then once you're there, you're like, all right, cool, yeah, actually, let's do this. So it is
exactly.
it's
nice.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Awesome.
Yay, that's so awesome. That's so it's nice to hear something happy and in this hard life of stuff.
Good combo.
Exactly. That's great to hear. And so would you say, like, when you're out playing and stuff, being an improvisational band, and so I don't know why I'm having such a hard time speaking.
You got
it. Who would you say, like, how would you say that y'all do, like, taking the leads? Like, who would be the main lead taker, or how, like, do you give looks, or is it you? Are you the main one since you're the main girl? Because to me, and the reason I ask that is when I see you just are such a powerhouse to me. Like, you are absolutely amazing. You are on the keys, getting it, like, just, you just blew me away. That's the reason the first time I saw you, I just was like, oh my gosh. I was like, she is a powerhouse. I was like, she has got this, and just it's absolutely amazing. And so that's it, like, so how do y'all do that? And how do you know, like, or if someone's like wanting to take, or how do you go, how do you know when to flow or when to cut it?
Solar circuit blast off.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. You're too kind. And it is a super cool, fun question, actually. This is the part that we kind of love. I mean, we love writing and we love playing, just performing in general. But the flow between the songs throughout the set, the improv sections of all that is just the stuff that gets us super jazzed. But in general, it really is a cohesive experience for us. Like, there's definitely times where we have in a song or in a particular jam where one person kind of takes the lead, right? Like, especially times where I'm like, okay, the crowd, like, give him a solo, right? And I'm like, Nick, do it. And I, give him the look, I give him the point, or I have a talk back also. So I can, like, we'll kind of share especially if there's things where we're shifting, like, put an audible in there because we think something feels better. So we tweak the set list entirely too often while we're playing, but I have a talk back mic that week so they can hear me. And sometimes Nick usually does as well, and Rob as well. And so we can kind of all talk in that way if we need to live. But it really is cohesive. Like, it's an experience of just listening to, and in general, it usually starts with where Rob kind of sets the tone rhythm wise, right? Like, Rob and Taylor together, right? When a jam hits, they kind of set the tone and tell us where we're going to go. And then Nick and I, both being melody, kind of have to think, like, all right, what kind of vibe are they in, and what direction of melody, different tones fit better in different scenarios and all of that. And a lot of times too, it's like we both will take a stab at it, and we're both melody. So it's like, choosing which one to go with, right? Like, it's like
right.
Sometimes I'll start something and I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, I love this, like, I hope he catches on. And then I hear what he's doing and I'm like, wait, no, that's way better. No. So I'll follow him, right? And vice versa. So yeah, it's fun, like, in that way of just kind of you get thrown into it, and then you have to listen and decide what you're doing all at the same time and in a cohesive way.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that y'all can listen to that many, like, okay, check this beat, check this beat, check this beat, check this, and see which one, like, I'm vibing, and and that's such a cool thing. Also with improvisational songs, I got it that time. So what is that one song in your band that you have never been able to play the same twice?
I mean, that is, well, if you were to, the songs that have a jam component to it, those are obviously, they're all different. Every single one.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But if you mean like the composed part of a song, is there a song where, like, even the composed part, we kind of just like,
yeah,
do it different every time? Okay. Got it. That's a good question. I think we always really kind of play around with a song called Crossing the Line since 1989. It's one that is like, I think was one of our first songs that we play live. It's been around. It's one of our oldest songs that hasn't been shelved or changed or whatever. And it definitely has changed, like, with different parts that we've added through. Like, at one point there was a middle, and that part I think kind of just went away at some point. There's like, it just is like, it's like a puzzle piece that just kind of changes over time. That's growing with us, I guess. So that one I think it's flexible for sure. We'll say that.
Awesome.
That's cool. And there are just certain songs, like certain things that I've realized in certain bands, like that's never, like, as it started and as it grows, because everyone grows. No song is the same from when you've started. Like, you started 10 years ago. Y'all, you have 10 years of growth, like, you don't have a new baby sound, y'all can speak and do it beautifully and stuff. And so it's just interesting just to see those different, how the songs go with you, how the songs grow with you, and how you grow out of some of them. Are there any that you've taken off of, like, that you're just like, this is not our style anymore?
Yeah. How have y'all, I mean, you have 10 years, how have y'all evolved, your sound evolved? Like, how would you compare your beginning sound to now, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely there's definitely songs that have been shelved, and like there are some songs that have been shelved kind of because we're like, okay, this is super early on. It just doesn't sound like our sound at this point, because, you know, like, to your question of like, how would I describe it early on compared to now? Early on, four of us had been musicians individually. And so, like I said, how we kind of all bring songs to the table, we all brought those songs to the table, and then kind of had to figure out like how to make them one, like how to make them Solar Circuit, because we all have slightly different leanings, right? Like the way, like, just based on things that we've resonated with from ourselves, with other musicians and other artists that we've liked over our span of life before meeting each other. We all have commonalities for sure. Like, we all have crossover and generally we love all the same music. But like, Rob came from more of like a punk type background with drumming, and also he was in like drumline and, you know, whatever, so he had that kind of aspect. But he had been, I think, in like a punk-esque type of band. Taylor came from, I mean, he has got a lot of different influences, like Spongle's a big one. He's been with the Biscuits for years and years, all of that. Me and Nick also kind of, we have Tribe and Lotus and some of that, and some heavy kind of like electronic music. And so we all have the electronic stuff, but it's all different flavors. So we kind of had to like figure out how they mesh and like what that sweet spot is of being not too diverse, where it's just kind of like, well, what's going on, and it's like one, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I mean, we have a lot of layers, you know, and with the electronic, you know, because I mean, it could be hard to get lost in all of it, you know what I mean? Or easy to get lost, not hard, but very easy to get lost in, you know, trying to, you know, blend everything, you know, since there's so many layers.
And it's blended so beautifully and done so well. You know, this is not my background. My background of music is more electronic, techno, house music. That's like more what I started out. And Jason brought me into more of the jam scene and everything. So I'm just kind of like, what's up? You know, and I've been super lucky and blessed to meet a lot of amazing people along the ride. And, you know, and, but I think that's why I fell in love with y'all so quickly, because just your electronic, you know, that you
Jamtronica,
exactly. And that's why I love it just because it gives you, and you're the perfect, I could just go on and on about how awesome.
Yeah, I mean, do you listen to like a lot of like different like house and trance and artists and like dub and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Sure. What are your influence? Like, because that is where you are, Jamtronica, and you're a total difference of what are like more of your influences, and that's interesting.
Yeah, we definitely go on more of the trance and like kind of hard EDM type style. Like, I'm the same with you, girl. Like, the dubstep phase and all that really had me in a chokehold in, like, you know, the early mid 2000s. Like that was a fun time.
Yeah.
And then we have, like I said, Spongle's a big influence of all of ours. Love Simon Posford. And really some like hard trance. Like, Taylor's super into some like Goa, like real deep trance. And then all of us, you know, like all the classics, like, you know, Dead Mouse, all that stuff, that classic house and techno and all that we love. So yeah, that's our flavor of Jamtronica always ends up leaning a little bit towards the like the psytrance side.
Yeah, it's I love that y'all. I'm so excited to talk. I could talk about this like all night long.
Me too, girl.
So I lived in Europe, and you know, it's real big, and I lived in El Salvador, and so I saw Tiesto down in El Salvador, and a lot of other artists, not just Tiesto. And then I saw Benny Benassi, and Germany and multiple places, and it's just such a whole different vibe over there, you know, like I'm just like, I want that here. Like I you know, so I love getting, I feel like that's kind of like the closest that we get, you know, or like shows. I mean, we know it's not like, but getting that love, that vibe, that amazing music and stuff.
Just high energy.
That high energy we get from like y'all's shows, and I absolutely love that. And just, did you see the Tiesto's playing at Giza, the pyramids?
I did. That was crazy.
I mean, like, what? I'm just upset. Like, if you hear something happening like that again or something, make sure to let me know. How was I not there? Like, that's the one.
I was here too. Don't worry, I missed it.
Well, we will make sure we will not miss the legendary.
We're going to go to Egypt, you know what I
mean? we would figure it out. I would sell a toe or a kidney.
When there's a will, there's a way.
Sell a toe. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So, well, good time. So I am so excited to see you coming up here in what is it, Asheville and Greensboro, and do you have any music festivals that you're doing this summer? Do you know yet?
Yes. So trying to.
You're probably like, don't ask me that, girl. I don't have it in front of me.
I'm just trying to remember what's announced yet. So we just today actually announced a Washington State festival called Re-Evolution. And that'll actually be our first time on the West Coast. We've gone as far as Colorado a couple times, but we haven't gone all the way to the West Coast. This is our first time with the West Coast there, starting that off.
Congratulations.
So that one I'm super stoked about. And I think all the other festivals are to come at this moment.
To come. So make sure
everyone's are announced.
So good thing I put on, make sure to check out Solar Music, you know, solarcircuitmusic.com to get your tickets and to see what's coming up and stuff, and also to follow on all socials. And so, well, that is super duper duper exciting. Like, y'all got a lot of good stuff coming up. So I'm pumped for y'all.
So what would be for you personally, like, how far would you want Solar Circuit to go? Like, I mean,
good question.
I mean, like, internationally, do you want to be worldwide, or just, you know, just what do you?
Yeah.
I mean,
we would love to go as far as we can possibly go on this globe to find people that would resonate with it. And we love, like I said, we love performing. We love that the dynamic of the energy swap and just kind of putting what we do here and sharing it is like so much fun. Something really cool. So we would love to do it as long as we can, as far as we can, because it's a blessing to be able to do it at all. So
well, with that, where would be anywhere that where would you want it the most? Anywhere in the world.
Ooh, anywhere in the world? That's a toughie. I mean, we would love to go, like, I know that, like, Israel and like all those spots over there, like you said, in Europe, they go hard for the electronic. Like I just know that they could take.
I just know it would resonate. Like I'm just like, girl, let's do this.
We gotta get you to Europe.
Yes, that's definitely on the list.
We need to talk to Constantine. I have a really good friend who we met through Goose and at the Goose shows in Europe, and they met through our friends. Actually, met through at a Billy String show.
I think it was a Fish show.
Is it a Fish show? I know. I think it was a Billy String.
Really weird connections, but we know this guy in Germany.
And met up with him, and he's been helping, like, with different things, like, you know, hey, here's a music venue here, here's a good one for this and stuff. So I have to hit up Constantine and be like, you know, y'all, because literally in Europe, y'all, that would be the bridge. I believe that y'all could truly be the bridge of what would bridge jam music, you know, or like the jam band music, because Jamtronica, what y'all have and stuff, and the you know, the word I can't say today, improvisational.
You just say improv.
Improv. There we go. Thank you. Let's just shorten. So improv, you know, that would be it. That would be the way that I think that's it. I think we figured it out, guys. We just did a physics. We just figured it out.
The code.
Yes, we cracked the code. Now let's get on it.
I love it. Oh my gosh, you're too kind. Well, I'm glad you resonate with it, and I'm glad you think that we can crack the code. I'm down.
I 100%.
No, we appreciate what y'all do.
Yes,
and we just, you know, we want more people to be.
We do
to be hearing your sound. So
hell yeah.
It's a great thing. I'm super pumped for y'all that y'all are going West Coast.
That's why I think we say this every time we do this.
Yeah.
So, but this is why we do it, because we really appreciate what y'all do.
Yes.
And these artists and musicians.
Exactly.
Well, I do as well. We do, like, people like you that can appreciate live music, live art, the connection it all brings, the community it brings, and like the fact that you are willing to sit down and dedicate time to sharing it and all of that. That's something that's also a very beautiful and important part of all of it. So I appreciate you also.
Well, thank you.
I truly, this community, I think it brings so much happiness to all of us that it's about that happiness. Like,
it's hard not to go to shows.
It's hard. It is like when
we look forward to go to shows and like, yes, we're gonna go see the people we love. You know,
it's just amazing, and just being, but also like talking. It just the whole community is just everyone that you need. I've just never seen love like it. Everything that we want on the planet still is, that's where you can find it. I love it, like when we can still just all just be like enjoying it together and just be, you know, chill and stuff. So but awesome. Well,
yes.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited to get to chat with you finally. And also I'm super pumped that you're coming into town soon, and I will I'll be pumping that up to all my North Carolina friends and stuff, let them know and everything, and Virginia friends, because Roanoke is right up the road from us too, also. So
yeah. Thank you so much. Definitely let me know. You know, if you come out to one of them, hit me up, and we'll be sure to say hello.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. So, well, thank you for joining us tonight, and we will chat with you soon.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.